and welcome to Joy in Our Town. I'm your host, Sue Perez. Well, we all need food to live, but what happens when eating becomes a distraction to life? It becomes a problem. Eating disorders are prevalent in today's society, and we have three guests with us today to address this issue. So join me and welcome them, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here with us. I'm going to actually let you introduce yourself. So Michelle, we'll start with you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you for having me. My name is Michelle Smith. I'm the director and nurse of the Victorian in Newport Beach. We are a women's facility treating eating disorders, primary as well as secondary substance abuse issues.
Well, ladies, let's get to it. Let's get information out for our viewers today. This is an important subject. We see it in the news. We hear celebrities mostly, you know, what's going on, people that go through things. This is a real issue that needs to be dealt with. So, Michelle, define what an eating disorder is, and are there more than one type?
Sure. To answer that question, we really need to look at the origin of eating disorders, which is actually diagnosed as a mental illness. Okay. So that said, people, because it does affect women and men, are struggling with an obsessive thought over food or another area of their life. So eating disorders, unfortunately, continue to grow bigger and bigger on the spectrum, ranging from any type of disordered eating. So ranging from women and men that struggle with the anorexia nervosa, which is where you're restricting your calories in your food, to bulimia, which is, of course, when you are purging the food that you're taking in, to binging without purging, to overeating. We also are seeing new eating disorders pop up in our society today. Diabulimia is an eating disorder for women and men that are struggling with diabetes and are underdosing their insulin. We're also seeing overexercising pop up more and more, as well as laxative and enema abuse.
Wow. What is a triggering mechanism for an eating disorder?
It's a difficult question to answer, but my clinical director at the Victorian says it very well, that genetics loads the gun and environment tends to pull the trigger. So we find that women and men that have a family history of eating disorders or other addictions and tend to be more predisposed to it, and that environment pulling the trigger, that could be, of course, your home life. But we also are really struggling in this society today, as it is not only enabling eating disorders, but it's almost encouraging it. You cannot walk through a grocery store, as you guys know, without seeing ways to lose 10 pounds. And on the same cover, you'll see, have you seen so-and-so, they've gained 50 pounds. So we live in a very confusing world in the terms of eating disorders, and we have a responsibility as a society to do things like Arvina is doing with Rewrite Beautiful, where we're doing some preventable work.
It's a much bigger deal than it ever was, weight gain and weight loss.